All right, what's up, everybody? This is Nate with Fresh Coat Marketing here. So this is part two of the video series of how to build a Facebook ads campaign for a painting company. So just to recap, what we did last time is we set up the campaign, we set up the ad group. Let me actually show you here. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Nate with Fresh Coat Marketing here. So this is part two of the series on how to make a Facebook ads campaign. So just to recap what we did last time, we set up the campaign here. We set it up with one ad group with broad targeting, and then we set up one single image ad. However, there are still some steps to take care of, so let's go ahead and do that now. So the next thing you want to do, if you've been following along, is you want to create a form. So why do we create a form? Well, we create a form because it's the easiest way to get started with a Facebook ads campaign. Otherwise, you would have to create a landing page, and you have to know a little bit about website design, because you can't just create any little page and expect to get conversions. So this is the best way to get started. So for instant forms here, let's call it new form. Let's do the day here, and then we want to select more volume. And then what we're going to do is use the image from the ad here, and then we're going to enter a headline. So it's going to say request a free estimate, and all you need to do is put here, just give a little bit more instruction here. So it could say, please take a few seconds to tell us about your painting project. Beautiful. And then as far as the questions go, we want to add a couple questions here. So give you some guidelines here. So let's do a multiple choice here. So or actually, let's remove this. Let's just go very simple here. Let's just do a short answer. So for this one, let's do something like that. And so that way they could just answer that. They could say interior, cabinets, stuff like that. And then you could add another qualifying question. Just say, how quickly, or are you, how quickly do you want the project taken care of? And so you can just kind of gauge a little bit more about like how quickly they kind of want to get that done here. And then here's the fields that's going to collect here. So okay, so we want to tell them that we're using this to set up the free estimate. So email is good, full name is good, but we also need their phone number. And then oftentimes I also ask for the zip code here. And then I put the full name up here, boom, and then that looks good. So now here's what you're gonna get from this painting lead. So you're gonna get what kind of project they have. So it's gonna be interior, exterior, cabinet, whatever that looks like. How quickly do they want this? They could say, oh, we're looking at a few months. Okay, you understand that this person's maybe gonna, do the free estimate and get in your schedule for the next few months. Or if they're like, I need this done like ASAP, it helps you to understand where the prospect is in their journey to getting their painting project taken care of. And then obviously you want your the full name, phone number, email, and zip code, so you can follow up with the lead. So cool. And then so here you want to put the link to your website, the privacy policy. So you have to find that link for your site, whatever that looks like, and then you put that in there as the link, and then here's the text. Okay. And and then you'll need to do a custom disclaimer and then do completion. Say, hey, thanks, you're all set. Keep your phone handy. We're going to give you a call in the next few hours to set up your free in-home estimate. Cool. And then here's a couple options here. So you can send them back to your website so they can get to know their brand a little bit better. You can have an option to call here. Honestly, no one ever calls, so I wouldn't waste it on that. But here you can say, visit our website for more information, and then you can just simply link your website here. Boom, and I'm going to do the www there. Cool. And then you go ahead and create the form there. So now your form is created. So now when someone clicks on your ad to say get a quote, it's going to pull up the form here, and you're going to people are going to answer these two, and then Facebook is going to collect the personal information, the name, email, phone number, and then what you're going to want to do is set up either Zapier. So Zapier is a tool, let me show you here, where you can set up what's called Zaps. So the Zaps connect the Facebook lead ad form to an email, but I actually do an intermediary step. So with this option here, you can have Zapier set it up so it sends the lead information to a Google Sheet, and then from there you can have it send an email as well too. So let me show you here. This is right, so you connect it to your lead ads, connect it to the right form there, and then it's going to send a Gmail with all the information here. Here's the full name, interested services, and then that goes directly to your email, and then you would follow up from there. Now, there's another tool that you can use also. It's called Go High Level, and you can hook this up. Go High Level is not free, but you can purchase it, and what it does is it acts as a CRM. So then you can connect the form to Go High, Go High Level, and then from Go High Level, it'll automatically, you can set this up to automatically send you the emails, send you text messages, and also to follow up with the current client as well too. It's very similar to this. You can say, hey, Sally, got your information. This is Nate with Fresh Coat Marketing. I'd love to talk about get you in the schedule for a free estimate, when would work best for you. It really helps to kind of follow up here. So yeah, you would get the starter package here, and then you could follow up with all your leads that way. So let's go back to Facebook here. So that's the setup here. So you publish that. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off at the campaign level so it doesn't start running. Cool. So now let's just back up a second here. So we got the campaign started, we have the budget, $30 a day, and then we have a broad targeting ad group, and we had one single image ad here. So what I would do next here is build out a few more ads here. So I would keep the ad copy the same, but build out new ads. So instead of this one, I would, instead of just having that one, I would duplicate that one. You want to do it in the existing campaign, in the existing ad set there, and then hit duplicate, and then you're going to go down here, you're going to get rid of that media, and then you're going to add a new one here. So let's go ahead and say that we want to do this one here. Okay, and again with these ones you're going to have that kind of extra stuff on the side there, so that's fine. So hit next. And then we're going to want to do the same thing we did before, is turn off a few of these here, the ones that we don't necessarily want here. So that's fine. Text improvements, I don't really like that one. Image template, that's fine. Relevant comments, music, that's fine. Okay, so let's do it. Boom. So now that's your next ad there. Beautiful. And again, it's the same ad copy, it's the same headline, and we're just changing the image here because that's what we want to test first. Okay, so now that that's good, let's go ahead and close this one. So now we have 2 ads. So now we want to start naming these correctly here. So this is going to be exterior gray image single ad 1. Let's hit publish that. And then let's go back here, and then we'll do, this one is green exterior single image ad 2. Okay, so we'll hit publish there. And then, so now we have 2 different ads here, and typically we want to run at least 3 different ads in the ad group to test. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this once more here. We'll go existing campaign, existing ad set. We're going to hit duplicate. Great. And then, so now we're going to get rid of this one, and we're also going to pick another image here. So this one, let's do a little picture of a deck here. Again, the same thing that you saw before, right? So you're going to see different things there. We're going to get the text improvements off, and let's take a look at these. That looks good. That looks a little weird for this image template, so I'm going to go ahead and say no to that one. Okay, and then again, we're using the same ad copy there, same headlines, and we're using the same form. Okay, so let's say publish there. And so now we need to rename this one here because we need to know. So this one is the black deck. And then this one's going to be single image ad 3. So let's hit publish, close. Okay, and so at this stage, we have 3 ads here. And typically we like to do a carousel ad and video ads in here. So depending on the content that you have, you got to work with what you have here. And so these are the 3 ads here. Don't worry about this setup. This is just from the form. And so now we have the ad or the campaign at $30 a day. We have the broad targeting, and then we have the single image ads, and then we have the forms here, which we created, right? So people can answer the forms there or fill out the forms, and then we'll get the lead there. Okay, cool. So now what I want to do is, and again, for ads, we really do a lot more work here. There's like a ton more work that goes involved. Again, this is just a kind of a bare bones setup here. But nonetheless, the next thing we want to do is we want to duplicate at the ad set level. So not at the ad level, at the ad set level. So we're going to go ahead, select this, duplicate. We're going to go in the existing campaign. We're going to make 1 copy, and then we're going to hit duplicate. So now what did this do? So it basically created a new ad set with the same ad that we have here. So if we go to the copy, you can see, oh, 1 second here. Okay. So now we have 2 ad groups, right? So if we go to this one here, we can see the different ads here. So you can see 1, 2, 3 in that ad set. And then in this one, the copy, we have 1, 2, 3 on there. Don't worry about this setup. This is just the form. And cool. So now since for this ad set, we have broad targeting. Oh, sorry. Let me go in here. So we have broad targeting, right? We're not specifically telling Facebook to look for people here. So the next thing we want to do, this is where your brainstorming comes in here. So if you were a homeowner, what would you potentially be targeted with here? So one of them that we like to do is higher income zip codes. So we go over here, and then oh, sorry, those are custom audiences. We need to go to the detail targeting here. Oop. Cool. So now what we're looking to find here, and what we're telling Facebook here, is find let's do the top 10% of zip codes within our area here, the San Fernando Valley. So now we have our location targeting, our age targeting, but now we're adding a layer on top of that, which is adding the top income household by zip code modifications on there. So now when we go up here, so we can say higher income zip codes, and then let's hit publish, and let's show you exactly what happens there. So what you're looking at here now is we have one campaign, 2 ad sets with the same ads on there. So what you're going to want to do here is run these head to head, basically. So when the campaign gets started, it's going to spend the $30 a day, and based on which one is working the best here between the broad targeting and the higher income zip codes, that is going to trigger this campaign to spend. So once you run this, you'll see, oh, okay, the broad targeting is working way better. We're getting cost per leads for a very good price, or alternatively, these both could be working well, and then Facebook just has to choose on basically on a daily basis which ad group is going to get the most spend. And then of course you can add another one on here, which I recommend, and this really depends on your budget, but let me just show you an example here. So we can duplicate it again, and then from here we go back to the household income here, and we're actually going to get rid of this now. And so we're actually going to do something a little different here. So for this one, we're actually going to go, and there's a couple things that we can do here. So we don't have any custom audiences set up here, but what we're going to do is go these interest targeting behaviors, and then you can, kind of see. Go to browse here. So here's all the different options here. So we have demographics, we have behaviors, we have interests, for things that are people interested in. So there's all kinds of things that we could potentially, use here. So one of the ones that I like to use is called engage shoppers. So this means that someone has bought something off of Facebook. And so this is a really good audience because people are in this audience are used to using Facebook to either get a service or to purchase something. So they are, full of buyer intent there. So we can say shoppers as the audience. And then we go here, and then so now we have shoppers, broad targeting, higher income zip codes, and then we have all the ads that go along with that. So this is the way to set up Facebook ads. There are a million different ways to kind of skin the cat, as they say, but this is the best way to kind of get set up. So we have one campaign, then we have several ad groups, and then each of these ad groups we have 3 ads that we're testing here. And so with this daily budget of $30, this is a pretty good setup as far as number of ads and number of ad groups. So once you get this going, you go ahead, publish the campaign, turn this on, and then you watch the results here. So what you're looking for is your cost per lead, and you're looking at which ads are performing the best. So once you run it, you're going to go to this this ad level here, and then you're going to be able to see from here, be able to see all this will be full of data. So it'll say results, how many leads you got, how many people are reached, how many impressions they got, what's the cost per each lead, what's the quality of like the actual ad as far as Facebook is concerned, and then here is the spend, so how much each ad has spent. So for example, let's say you run it $30 a day, and then you check it back in a few days and you spend $100, and you find that one ad just got a lead for $20 and the rest haven't converted at all, where you go, okay, great, this is a very promising ad. So then you would pause the other ones and then let Facebook go and spend on this ad that's been performing. And then once it's consistently performing, then you can test other things, you can test variations of it, but that's how you get the campaigns launched and running. If you guys have any questions on this, let me know, comment below. You can also send me an email, nate@freshcoat.io. You can also visit our website, freshcoat.io. I'm happy to help, and all right, I will see you guys next time.